An iconic part of Weird Al's discography are the polka melodies he composes of pop songs in most of his albums. These melodies, being upbeat and goofy, also act as a time capsule for the songs popular at the time, a testimony to Weird Al's long and celebrated career. While he normally just changes tempo, instrumentals, and the tone of the songs, sometimes he even changes the lyrics, usually due to him being squeaky clean and not swearing. I'll document these changes from Polkas on 45 to his latest polka melody of Polka Mania. Stick around and see what I believe are interesting changes.
Yes, but there are some people in this world who still don't believe it, and for those people, we're going to do a little number that we, in the know, like to call Polkas on 45!
The first of these. Released with 1984's In 3D, Polkas on 45 started this wonderful tradition. Though while officially released in 1984, a pre-album version existed since around 1982, with a completely different track list. With the songs Durka Maser, 1999, Bad Boys Get Spanked, She Blinded Me with Science, and Stairway to Heaven being in this melody, while Burning Down the House, Should I Stay or Should I Go, Jumping Jack Flash, and My Generation replacing these songs. At this point, there's slightly different lyrics for Sex I Am and Every Breath You Take. Before I move on, interestingly enough, in 1999, the word party is replaced with yodel, since the song followed the pretty funny yodeling part instead of Hey Joe in the final.
But now some members of our Tonight Show band are going to join Al for a medley of, of rock and roll hits done polka style. Weird Al Yankovic.
Ah yes, the first polka melody which I listened to on a CD on my way to Hawaii, 1985's Hook on Polkas from Dare to Be Stupid. It's also one of the few melodies which includes a traditional song which I recognized on my first listen, no wiki or genius needed. Unlike Polkas on 45, however, there aren't really many changes Al did here. The only change was an accident. The last song, Relax, he sings, When You Wanna Sock It to It, instead of the original When You Wanna Suck to It, something which Al did really regret mixing up.
Alright, is everybody ready for a little polka party?
Polka Party, from 1986's Polka Party. Though here, there aren't many changes. In the Rolling Stones cover of Harlem Shuffle, Al changes shuffle to polka, a change which you continue to see throughout this video. Another interesting thing is that in the live performance on New Year's Eve 1986 going into 1987, Papa Don't Preach by his ex and later murderer Madonna is replaced by Everybody Have Fun Tonight by Wang Chung. There's a difference here, as instead of singing Everybody Wang Chung Tonight, he replaces Wang Chung with his own name. Bit of a side tangent, but apparently during the Monkees reunion tour the following year, Al performed the song with adding Everybody Have Fun Tonight between Shout and the aforementioned Papa Don't Preach. Though I don't know if any recordings of it still exist, as the only live performance I was able to find was the also aforementioned 1986 New Year's Eve performance. Since 1987's Even Worse doesn't have a polka melody, possibly due to the failure of Polka Party, we jump straight into 1989's UHF. Quite interestingly, this melody is just Rolling Stones songs. Sadly, it doesn't include the only song I know from them, Painted Black. To my knowledge, and by that I mean checking the Genius lyric page, there is no lyric change at all, a first here. However, something interesting you might notice is the lack of live performance in the background, as the song was never performed live.
Once again, Weird Al Yankovic.
Falling into the 90s with 1992's Off the Deep End's polka representation, Polka Your Eyes Out. Like our last song, Weird Al didn't do any changes to my knowledge. Though something kind of interesting is what I believe is in the song's first performance, which predates the release of the album, being performed on Dr. Demeno's 20th anniversary concert on October 13, 1991. And Unbelievable by EMF, he says pom-poms instead of purple pros, which is most likely a mistake.
Ask a musical question. Is this real life? I just can't sleep. Caught in a landslide. No escape from reality.
1993's Alapalooza is a little bit interesting, as it's the only one that isn't a melody, and in fact, Bohemian Polka is a straight cover of Bohemian Rhapsody. Despite it not being a melody, I'm still going to count it as one, as it has the polka title, it's officially released on an album, and the Weird Al Wiki includes it as one. Sorry North Korea Polka and Pokemon, but you're just originals. Though, there's a very minor change in the bridge. Al added some haze after the Galileo part. Despite that, I really like how unique this is. A polka cover which makes a very depressing song sound pretty funny. You know, maybe I should learn the accordion and do a polka cover of Kom Sewer Todd from End of Evangelion. We jump back into polka melodies with Weird Al's most successful album, 1996's Bad Hair Day with the alternative polka. In terms of lyrical changes, like the last few, there hasn't been that much. Other than, of course, one of the most cursed things Al has done for this, Closer by 9 Inch Nails, in which he censors the curse words with cartoon sound effects. Listening to this for the first time was definitely an experience. Anyways, I figured to address the 189 BCC elephant in the room. Buddy Holly was supposed to be here. The reason why it isn't? Well, I can make an entire video on this topic.
Are you ready to polka?
We end this millennium with 1999's Polka Power from Running with Scissors. Interestingly enough, I expected some of these songs to have more changes, but for this song, only 2 were done, and one wasn't even annotated on the Genius page. The Wanna Be segment at the beginning has a very minor change from me to us. He did the same thing for the last song, Closing Time by Semisonic. Al decided to change Take Me Home to Take Us Home. Honestly, if it wasn't listening to those insert polka melody, but it's the original artist, I wouldn't have known. Something else. Weird Al's Yandere X of Madonna shows up again with Ray of Light. While there isn't a lyric change, she also showed up on Polka Party earlier, and famously her song parody of Like a Surgeon. I wonder, is there any artist who has a parody, style parody, and is it a melody? Someone please let me know. Enter 2003 with Angry White Boy Polka from Poodle Hat. I'd like to start off a little more interesting here. Off the bat we got some censoring on Last Resort, using the cartoon sound effects much like Closer. Furthermore, Down with a Sickness has some lyric change with Al making it more PG by removing "you effer." Other than that, Al is just keeping up with the Angry White Boy side, as most of the lyrics are left unchanged. Even surprisingly chop suey, though it's only one word that makes me surprised. The good old year 2006, where Straight Outta Linwood gives us Polkarama, the only other song I knew traditional song intro to, as is the chicken dance. And luckily Weezer finally made it into this with Beverly Hills, though sadly there's no lyric change for them. Instead, we have to go to a more controversial artist, Mr. Kanye West with Gold Digger, where Al says broke instead of, well, you know, the gamer word, because as you probably know, Weird Al is in fact an angry white boy who does polka. It cannot say that word. Unrelated as well, but I kind of find it funny hearing Weird Al sing Drop It Like It's Hot. The home stretch, the post-LTV songs. We're into 2011's Polka Face from Alpocalypse. The obvious thing to mention, Al changes poker to polka for Poker Face. As well, TikTok by Kesha replaces Party with Polka, akin to our good old friend Prince back in the first segment. Though despite that, there's no other changes here at all. Despite the songs getting a little more, well, risque as the years go by. As for my random comment, I really find the I Kiss a Girl segment funny, since considering Al's a guy singing a Katy Perry song, in which she's a woman. It definitely changes the context of the song. I swear I found one of those logging onto Discord memes that had that version of the song.
I feel like I have to ask you guys a question.
Are you ready to polka?
The last melody to be on an official album, Mandatory Funds, Now That's What I Call Polka, from 2014. We got another lyric change to involve polka, with Gangnam Style, as Al changes Oppa to polka. We also got the return of some censorship with the meme part of this song, the thrift shop segment. Damn and the F word get changed. In terms of any additional comments, I don't have any. But it's a really nice song overall.
And now let's make that random call with today's $10,000 question. It's a tough one. Who shot Alexander Hamilton in that famous duel?
We jump to 2018 for our next polka melody, the Hamilton Polka. Much like the Hot Rocks Polka back in '89, this melody is only of one artist, that being Lin-Manuel Miranda for the soundtrack on his musical, Hamilton. Despite Al not changing the first song, which has some very not clean words, to my knowledge, there isn't any lyrical changes. Fun fact, I have not seen Hamilton, which I think is kind of interesting, considering I am in fact a very big history nerd, especially US history. I'm doing pretty well in A-Push, by the way. Maybe my history teacher can give me some tickets.
Are you ready?
Finally we're at the end. The 2024's Polka Mania, which I remember when the song dropped. In terms of lyric changes, I feel like this one has the most. Al decided to use the radio edit for Vampire, replacing Fame Effer with Dream Crusher, and going a lot further with changing Goddamn to Gosh Darn, while WAP has the most creative form of censorship here, as Al decided to return to the old cartoon sound effects used back in '96 and '03 respectively, as a water droplet, donkey hee-haw, and cat screech are used to represent what WAP means. Finally, Thank You, Next, has the effing changed to super and super duper. My last note, being Hispanic, I like the inclusion of Despacito here. It marks the second non-English song to be in these melodies. Surprisingly, the first was 99 Luftballons all the way back in 1985 with Hook on Polkas. Though Al has sung a few lines and whatnot in other languages. This is something to think about. Does it mean 99 Luftballons was just as popular as Despacito was mean back in 2018/2019? I may have made some people mad. I apologize. But thank you for making it this far. We're almost done. Honestly, I kinda expected to have more lyrics switched up. Possibly more so for the later, excluding the Hamilton Polka melody, since as you know, pop songs got more looser with cursing and subject matter. It's possible due to the fact that the latest melody, Polka Mania, has the most changes. And as well, the more noticeable lyric changes, such as the censorship in the alternative polka and Angry White Boy polka, and the few times polka replacements are mentioned. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this somewhat original video. I'm not sure if someone did this already, but if they did, it might have been made before Polka Mania or even the Hamilton Polka released. Also, this is my first go at making a higher quality non-meme video, so please let me know if I should continue or if I should really have to make more Evangelion memes.